Hi students, this is Mrs. Mulligan, and in the last video we were talking a little bit about idle, and I remember when I first took my first programming Python language course, I was extremely confused. It seemed to be like there were two different things. One was something that gave me constant errors and then the other thing was sort of like an editor, and I'll try to put commands and nothing will work, and I couldn't understand that there was two things, that when you download your Python, what you're actually doing is you're downloading two things. One is a shell, and I'm gonna show you how it looks right now, and then also we're downloading the text editor that allows you to create program code documents. So without more delay, I'm going to get out of my PowerPoint and I'm going to show you what is idle and how to know if you have Python, of course, first in your machine. So I'm going to press escape, and I'm going to put this down a little more so you can see part of my menus and whatnot. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the left hand side on your Windows tab. So for example, you see this, and you can see I'm going to go to under P for Python, and I do have Windows 10. You might have to do the same thing, or you might have to have Windows 8. You might have to look for Python, write on Python and try to find it. As you can see on mine, I have the three versions: Python 2.7, Python 3.6, and Python 3.7. What we're gonna do is we're gonna upload the first one. We're gonna see what is inside Python 3.7. So if you click on there, you can see that it says idle. And it looks, the screen looks like, let me open it up. You can click on it. Excuse me. And you can see that it opened the Python 3.72 shell. And if you have it open, what we can do is we can type anything you want. On Mac or Linux, you have to open the terminal, type idle, and then press enter. It doesn't matter which operating system you use. Once idle is running, you should see the idle command shell like you have right here appear on the screen. And it might be worth adding idle to the start menu or pinning it to the taskbar so you can see it all the time. Idle is the interpreter, and it can be accessed different ways. But if you're going to be working with it a lot, and you will, you might want to attach it to your starting menu. A shell encloses or wraps around something. An idle program is enclosing the Python engine. The Python engine is what runs Python programs. The idle Python shell takes Python commands that you type in, feeds them into the Python engine, and then displays the results. So whatever you put in the Python shell gives you an instant result. Think of it, think of idle as a waiter in a restaurant. You tell a waiter what you want to eat. He goes off to the kitchen and asks the chef to make the food, and then brings the food to your table. Then the waiter serves a shell as a shell around the kitchen. You can use idle to say hello to Python, and that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to type hello and press the enter key. So I'm coming here, and I don't like the cubs, so I press hello and I press enter. Uh-oh. What happened? That did not go well. As a rule of thumb, when the computer prints a message in red, this is usually bad news. And we're going to learn what This is called traceback. We will learn later it's a type of error. And in this case, the rather long-winded message in red is telling us that Python does not recognize the word hello. Whenever you type a command, the program behind the Python shell will look through the list of words that it understands and try to find one that matches. And the word hello is not defined on the list that Python has. So Python issues this error message. This is sort of like asking a waiter for the dish that the chef does not know how to cook. I suppose that the Python shell could have printed, I don't know what hello means, but that would make it too easy for us, of course. As you will find out, or as you may already know, computer error messages have a way of making simple mistakes sound really complicated. So we're going to explore in more detail how to use the Python shell to discover what computers actually do when they run programs. However, for now, we can now end our session with the shell by typing import this. So if we type import this and type enter. Oh, look at that. We get the Zen of Python by Tim Peters. Now, if you're looking for the philosophy of Python, then this is a very good one. Perhaps that is why this has survived as part of the language for so long. Some of the statements might sound a bit profound, but don't worry, we'll go through some of the stuff, and the Zen of Python will actually help you remember some of the commands and things that you have to follow when you work with Python. Now, just to make sure that we learn and we want to say hello, right? Hello world. What we're going to do is we're going to help Python to understand what we mean by hello. And hello is a text, and text is called a string. And normally strings are in quotations. Now, when you're learning Python, normally you will put one quotation mark for Python. If you learn JavaScript, you might use the double quotations. Since I interchange between the two languages, I like to use the double quotation. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say hello to the computer and see if it shows up. So I'm going to type hello in quotation marks and press enter. Well, look at that. Right now it didn't give me a message or an error message or traceback or anything. We'll explain what this means in the next video, but for now, I want to show you different ways on how you can access the IDLE, the interpreter. I'll see you soon.